Welcome back to DreamHack Masters Winter, and Cloud9 have taken ENCE's map pick off them. They went 1-up on Dust 2 before the break, but now we are heading to Nuke, and this could be another close one because we've only seen Cloud9 play it 3 times. They've only won once, and it was the last time they played it against NIP last week. Launders, what are we expecting here?
A simplistic nuke. Don't know how much has changed for Cloud9, but a good nuke, a clean nuke with good executions, and this is why they picked it. What ENCE will bring, of course, is still a good challenge. We know that they play it, we know firsthand, and so this will be a tough one. But ESCETAG, the man on your screen, this is the player to watch for me on the CT side, playing very atypical positions outside when he's defending against outside takes, and if he's playing hot, he's going to be finding them all the time because he's a very cerebral player, and he's always going to be standing out in some crazy off angle or dealing with secret pushes and stuff like that. And it's kind of like him, if you would imagine what Alex brought to that Dust 2 is what I think I want to imagine for ESCETAG here on Nuke. I like seeing Cloud9 on Nuke because each of these players on their previous teams were kind of like a bit of Nuke specialists, right? We had Floppy on Cloud9 previously. This was one of his individual maps. Woxic with Mouse Sports. We had ESCETAG on Astralis, kind of like taking over the reins before he left it because this is his place to play. So I just want all of those individual pieces that I know are good and strong Nuke players to come together, and I think this could be one of the first maps that Cloud9 actually really starts to dominate on if they're going to pick up wins.
I think they might be starting on the CT side, but I'm actually not sure. So do we think it could be another one where ENCE make a comeback?
We'll see. I think they look good on both sides. I just like highlight their CT side because I think that looked like a little bit stronger, like Floppy on ramp, and there's a lot of cool stuff there. But I don't think this will be necessarily a stomp. Like, of course not. Like, definitely ENCE showed a lot to us in that first game. If SadiX or whatever was nervous or uncomfortable, certainly some of that's worn off. If anyone wasn't warmed up, they are now. So I think because of the length of that game, people are all in the right mindset to provide like a very competitive second map.
Yeah, Cloud9 wins the game, but I feel like both teams almost walk away knowing they could have been victorious. And so it transitions really nicely into Nuke, where hopefully everybody's fired up.
You guys are really holding on to your predictions still, aren't you?
But yeah, Cloud9 are obviously still going to win.
Obviously. It's really, really obvious after that 48 round map.
It felt like 48 map.
It really did. Sorry, Connor.
I think Cloud9 still have Nuke, but I don't stand by that confidence in the prediction. You know, that could have been the heyday ESCETAG was talking about on Dust, but they let that slip. And because of it, I've got to give ENCE the respect they deserve. It was no easy feat to really lock down that hard. So I don't think this is close by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm just trying to find some stats for ENCE on Nuke. 5 times they played it in the last few months.
Recently, they haven't been winning anything.
No.
So
that's really true. But just in terms of maps, last time they did play it, they beat Heroic on it.
Yeah, that's a huge victory. I mean, if any team, that's actually one of 3 teams that have beat Heroic on Nuke in the last month, 2 months, 20 maps or something like that. So that is an interesting one. That could make things a bit even more competitive. And yes, a lot of baggage coming into this map after a really heavy heart for ENCE out of map number 1. Again, they've lost 8 series in a row, and some of them have gone 3 maps, and some of the maps have been close, but they just haven't gotten that win.
They're going to need to reverse the series now. Cloud9 to the T side, already knocking on the mini door. ESCETAG flashing into the garage. Alex McMeekin dies. Headshot coming in from Sunny. This bodes well for ENCE's defense, at least at the start of it. Woxic, the only player to get a headshot until Floppy starts to chime in. And he's got himself a second, but Heaven's already compromised. There's a player up there. Oh, but that tap and a chance to last. Floppy with the 4K. It's Ricky Camaro.
The Flop Dockster comes through with the clutch. Pulling out the Glock. What on earth was that? Super clean. Shave his head and call him Mr. Clean. He was the cleanup crew, the sanitation engineer, the snowplow, the Zamboni.
This one in mini is boop. Nice.
That's nasty.
Little labored in the end, right? It's one of those moments where you think the 4th one's just going to get away from him, but he recovers it quick enough.
Holy moly. Definitely has come close in a lot of moments like that so far on the roster. Like, we've seen them. And again, I always think about that 1v4 Astralis at Katowice, like one of my favorite, if not my favorite 1v4 of all time. That was like why I'm drinking the floppy juice.
Floppy
if I may
juice.
say.
Can it, sell it.
And then can't open it. But he's had some close situations like that, but not closed them out. There's a pretty impressive one to add to the record book.
A little bit of damage as they try to play into the ramp.
Such a hot start after a 400-round overtime, wasn't it?
Yeah, these guys not wanting any round to slip by now. No more OTs needed, I think all 10 players think. And, well, so far so good for Cloud9. Sunny's sitting on the back of the A site. And he's going to deliver us a headshot off the Deagle, as does Sadix, the base of heaven. So suddenly it's down to the 1 versus 2. 3 kills yet again for Floppy. He's got a flash to pop out from heaven if he really wants to. Smoke. Look at this. He's on a treasure hunt, collecting as many pieces of the puzzle he can before he delivers it on the heads of Cloud9. But Floppy with the AK at this distance should have him pinned in. A little Deagle tag goes a long way. But Sadix knows now he's got to let this one slip through the fingertips. Cloud9 going to convert, but at a cost.
Yep. 7 rounds, 7 kills, 2 rounds in for Floppy, and this would be the worst nightmare for ENCE. Another situation where not only they could come close, but they have to go up against some like insane carry performance. It's not like it was once in a lifetime from Alex. He definitely is super solid on Dust 2. He's proved that, but still, the level at which we were seeing, it's not something you see every day. But there's some stars on ENCE that can also show face. Yumpy has that kind of level. Alu has that kind of level. Sunny did it live last match.
Deagle shots coming through the walls. AK spam through the smoke. Another round where it seems both teams are going to size each other up a little. What do you think Henry was yelling at his TV screen 3 overtimes deep last map?
Probably sounded like a Flintstone.
Still no contact onto the A site yet. The pistol players wait. What you doing, Cloud9? What you doing? Just sitting back. ENCE, they're just going to try and fortify the ramp. There's literally nobody trying to make big moves outside. Sadic's a little concerned about it. Dodo is on the door, but the Molotov does still hit his feet. That's an audio cue given over to Cloud9. The flashbang in their faces. But Sunny and Sadix, it's Sunny yet again. 3, 4 kills come in from ENCE, and the flank is fantastic. Bro, they waited in lobby for far too long, doing nothing anywhere else. Those ramp players very quickly behind them.
But they were waiting there like they were waiting for Cyberpunk to come out or something.
Dude, it's been so long.
So I'll put you in that mind space for a second. Sorry to rehash a wound. I'm sure people are trying to put that out of their mind for a while.
God. It's going to get delayed again, I know it.
No, they're going to announce the delay in a few days. Don't worry.
They said the PC version's ready and they're waiting for the consoles to be perfected. It's like, excuse me, I don't care about the plebs.
Maybe you don't care about Cyberpunk at home. Probably not a lot of you, but maybe some of you. Maybe some of you here for Counter-Strike. So let's talk about that. The walkout on the L smokes on the buy back here for Cloud9. They make a faster decision here in going into lower. They've left one outside, an inside man outside. Alu will drop a nade as he spots him crossing, and then he'll alley-oop himself with the damage on the spray. Mezzy, however, will get the trade, and he'll turn it into a 2K spray down. Wow, okay.
Peeks into the control room, shaves Woxic off the back of that. There was 2 players ahead of him. And now it's Dodo back on Heisenberg. Estetag planting in the corner of Old Toxic. Yumpy's going to come down the staircase. Easy kill on that one, but he looks away from Mezzy. A crucial error, especially considering that Mezzy only has 5 HP to work with. That decon player in Dodo still back there. And Floppy a little bit worried, concerned that maybe he was coming up behind him, but that is no longer the case. An incendiary to deny vision from Floppy, and Mezzy can't actually peek into this even if he wanted to. So they're going to tap that bomb. It creates a little bit of chaos, a little bit of panic coming in from Cloud9. ENCE tapping it yet again, but they've played themselves, Mohan. They're going to survive with one player.
Nope.
Bomb's going to kill Sunny, and that's a sweep of the CTs with the third round for Cloud9.
Well, it looked like a flub at first with that getting ecoed, waiting too damn long inside of the lobby. They forgot to print the ticket. They just got in line for no reason. And by the time they came to the cash register, there was no one there, and everyone was coming in from behind. This round, they make a faster choice, get the secret as quickly as possible, get lower, and get on site. It was a high-risk situation. That was actually ENCE's key back to an easy lead. But they'll still be able to buy in this one. And they are doing some really good work here, both outside and upstairs. Well, Sunny will come out of the vent, get a headshot with an MP9, make it 2. Everybody dies from Cloud9, and it's all in different spots.
How they managed that?
I thought it was going to slow down for a second.
Yeah, so did I. I thought we were going back to that round 3 type moment, but seems not. Nicely done with the SMG from Sunny. Slips up the vent.
Well, okay.
Kicks in 2, and Cloud9 take a pause off of it.
They'll call a pause to talk about it. And so this actually puts ENCE in a really strong spot here because, of course, there's not much money to buy, plus they get that save they need, and they've kept the loss bonus at 1. Alex killed every single member of ENCE at least 10 times on Dust 2. Whoa.
Every single member of
every
ENCE
single
at least
member?
10 times.
He killed.
That's 50.
That means he evenly killed every single member of ENCE. Like that's how many kills he had. When that might be when has that ever happened?
What? Sometimes Elliot gives you these crazy stats that just don't seem believable, but I trust him.
That is kind of insane.
No.
That is kind of insane. Every single member of a team 10 times. That has to be. That's the one Steve achievement that's keeping us away from gold.
That's the 99%
That's the arm race.
accomplished.
That's the arm race of competitive Counter-Strike in Steam achievement terms.
Oh,
come on.
Tech 9 the first one. He's
Okay,
going
they
to
get
try
the
and
opening
challenge
kill,
into
but
the
surely
8
Yumpy dies. Surely.
Look at this prized possession from Alex, an M4. Now, what to do with it?
Well, they take a pseudo-tactical in the lobby.
Damn, what a long-distance headshot that is.
Can safely say I didn't see him.
Sunny's just going to tuck behind the depths of the box. 2 T's cross. He's buying time. He sees Woxic. Yeah, nice little target prioritization, but he gets dinked up in the process, laying down the flashbang after the fact. It is a second kill, or rather second weapon, that they could have picked up here. Where'd that other weapon go? All right, it's outside.
True, and that might be on their mind, but the time actually will make it so they'll have to just commit to something. Statix is in, high risk, high reward situation. Who can get the info early, but they're going to clear him. Oh my goodness. This could open things up. Do they also... Oh,
He
no,
missed.
they're going to get this kill as well. No time to drop vents. He thought about it for a second. And oh my god, it's Alu in the vents. He'll come up behind Floppy. He'll get the kill. The plant will go down. Alu misses the shot. He picks up the M4. He's going to look for the spray, and he finds it. 2-6 health on Alu.
How does he manage that, bro? He's sitting in the vent like a gremlin. It's Pennywise on the other side. We all up down here. And he just sticks it to his back, bro. Come on, Alu. Look at this guy. Eyes up on the ledge of the ladder.
Just missing some red balloons. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. He misses the shot he's supposed to die. But he uses the gun from the player he just killed. Your own weapon against you. Alu in the paint.
All right. We are right. Why does that make me? We are right back to where the antics were on Dust 2.
Right.
Like, you just said, like, oh, this is a slow start compared to what we... Sorry, you don't sound like that. This is a slow start compared to what we may be expecting from
like
the...
I have glasses on like you.
Don't take it personally. The fiesta of map 1. That last round, that's chaos, bro. Floppy with the drive-by from Vent. Frankie, you seeing this? Oh, sorry, you don't have your headset on yet. My bad. I just saw you out of the corner of my eye.
I was always here. I just went to get some water and then got waylaid by Jacob saying that NA players should be paid anything or something like that. I'm sure he'll fill you in on the desk later on. Just a TLDR. What's been going on, boys?
We've got Alu clutching from vents like a madman. We've got run boost with Glocks apparently. And, well, Cloud9 looking to give ENCE a lead.
Finally, this should mean something, right? Like, finally. Can we press tab? Just to see the rounds traded back and forth. That would be super. Eventually, if anything. Sadix, he's here on the flank. And it's a money-making flank. 2 SMG kills for ENCE. No tab. That's cool. It's been every single round, though, right?
Back and forth.
Back and forth.
Since round number 3.
Since round 3. Oh, true.
Actually, technically round 2.
Round 2.
Because Cloud9 won the conversion and then it went back to,
Okay.
and I'm guessing their first gun round.
My God, you were watching the whole
Wow,
time.
you were. Spectacular.
Psychic.
And ENCE, they're psychos. They're on the hunt. Alu keeps opping vents. And it's working.
We got the noob tube on Yumpy. Yeah, stick a shell back in that. Reload. Didn't shoot. Don't worry about it. Come on, come play Hut, he asks. Sadix, quick push into the trophy room. Alex, patient as ever over on the secret stairs, hoping somebody's going to come peeking from him. And I feel like there is a chance, you know, with Alu floating that op around in the vents, you know, eventually he could definitely justify go peeking on secret stairs if they want to gain information outdoors. But so far, it feels to me like ENCE have been very content with giving outside over to Cloud9. Instead, locking them out of the bomb sites. Dodo on the heaven door. Estetag's going to walk into this on the off angle. Nice headshot. And now we have a man advantage. Sunny is beneath them. And if he goes to contest Mini, he could find the back of a many player turned. Yumpy's still trying to hope that somebody comes towards Hut, but they've completely circumvented him. Mezzy finds Sunny. That was that late lurk. But Yumpy with a shotgun headshot. Man advantage for Cloud9 with the bomb down. We've got Alu trying to soften him up inside of Mini. Perfect frag grenade from Alu. This guy sees through walls. And now Woxic's going to lay down the Molotov towards Hut. And, well, it's out from Squeaky that Yumpy comes. Or rather, Sadix. Excuse me, it's a trade frag. Woxic behind the site itself. Yumpy incredibly low on HP. Check out Estetag. He's going to go for that last second re-rotation over towards the Mini. Alu cuts him down right there, but Alu loses his teammates in the process and then his head. Cloud9 tie. It's 4 rounds each.
ENCE couldn't see it, but Cloud9 had too many things in place to make sure they couldn't lose that round. And we saw ENCE jump over all of those obstacles and clear them one at a time, but there was just no way to get over every single one of them. With the player in heaven, the way that they were set up on the site, that was actually an impossible retake, which is pretty cool. It was also cool to see ENCE almost squeeze water from Stone and find a way out of that. But now we go into this round, Cloud9 tie it up once again, and ENCE, it's a round where they force, but they have some concessions. They're focusing in here on the op of Alu and working around it.
Little wall of smokes to work with. Alu adds one to the collection, doesn't want to be left out. Creates a bit of ambiguity for Cloud9. They look to punish the reload. Dodo just dives into the smoke. You saw nothing. He comes back with a knife out. ESCETAG's going to catch the kill. He's blinded, enough so that Alu can come into this, but Alex trades him, and a nice shot from Woxic to deny Sunny any chance at keeping this one even. MP9 and a 5-7. Alex getting tested from Mini, finds his kill, and despite this peek from Sadix, you'd think it's not enough, but of all the players to kill, he takes down the bomb carrier and then creates a temporary bit of cover to try and lock down bomb. Will Mezzi predict that he is peeking over it? He's too worried about his flank. If he disengages, gives that bomb away, maybe he could still find himself in the right position once Cloud9 make their final move.
Yeah, good point. True test for the young gun. And since he's on CD side, the option might come to him, but okay, Woxic just too patient, sitting there. Great round from Woxic, punishing the Mini player, punishing the back hell player, having a ton of impact in that very strange interaction to kick things off. You can't forget about this. The smokes that come down both ways. Ultimately, Alu getting sprayed down through the smoke and Mini not able to have impact with that op. And finally, we have a situation where ENCE have no choice but to save. And I say that as in either team will finally just have to save. Which should imply that the other team should win, but we don't know.
As he gets the double off the Galil, it's a desperate attempt from ENCE to just charge the base of the silo. They were hoping for way more than just that. They'll get one kill to the player on top. Cloud9, 6 rounds on this T side.
It's kind of nuts because there's actually nothing to talk about yet that's of value when it comes to Cloud9's T side. It's both of their ability to eco the other one back in very awkward spots. And some very exciting rounds, the 1v4 from Floppy, the 1v2 from Alu, great clutches. But strategically, it doesn't seem like that is make or break at any point. They could start this map over now, and I feel like neither of them can tell you what the other intended to do properly. Now, we'll see. This might be one of those defining rounds where they're finally past the chaos.
Barrage of smoke grenades comes over.
I think this is that Blame F lurk that we saw. I think ESCETAG does this sometimes. Yeah, the ESCETAG actually did this once or twice in their last, in their first Nuke game versus NIP. And Blame F likes this play a lot. Yeah, the credit card swipe and he gets a kill, but there's 2 in garage.
Yeah, they chase him down. Sadix was being called over just in case. That did create a window of opportunity if they wanted to try and run out ramp. Because Alex dies so quick, it's a reset. Dodo, he hits the headshot but doesn't get the kill. ESCETAG milks the AK. Mezzi's going to fall off of the rooftop after having thrown some utility inwards. Check out Yumpy. He's compromised. 50 HP. Oh, ESCETAG with another. He's got 2 kills off of the 10 HP. And then they evacuate with bomb down vent. Sunny finds Woxic. Mezzi late peek gets both the plays so that he doesn't have to go for the post plant, but just legit wins it before the bomb plant needed.
That's all about ESCETAG. He gets a pre-fire second kill and the opening outside vent. Dodo, tough position. That's going to happen. You see how beautiful that looks from ESCETAG's perspective. And if he sprays there and there's no one there, they get the vent dive. So it's almost like, why wouldn't you pre-fire in some sense? ENCE call for attack timeout here, and this is a little bit of a weird one too. It's hard to say. Like, shutting down squeaky regression is of course cornerstone to a CT side defense, but whether or not Cloud9 will go back there is a different question.
Dojo has become the first player to get 2 aces at this event after his overtime ace on Dust 2.
Oh,
damn.
Well, that's cool, considering he's only played 1 match.
This is his third match with them, so
oh, I mean, sorry, at this, yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, true. That's cool. And what was it? 2 AUG aces, or I remember 1.
We may not have seen the second because we didn't cast that game.
Oh, well, that was from the other match. I got you. I thought it was in the same game. My goodness.
Me too. Yeah, my bad.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've just gaslit both of you.
Wait,
you would do that.
Wait till the next
I just want to know if you did it on purpose or not.
Elliot will show us the way. He'll confirm.
Alu. Not going to find anything with the smoke in his face and a flash over Mini. Let's see if the pistol pop from ENCE can catch a couple of the Cloud9 members off guard. They've got a man over in secret. Hell, they've got a player tucked in Mini too. I feel like Cloud9 have been maximizing a little bit of effort outdoors. We've seen Alex kind of get over towards Credit Card, play around, trying to get into Hell. Hasn't gotten that far. We've seen ENCE tag outside of Heaven once or twice. But again, ENCE playing a reserved defense. Kerneled inside the buildings. Alu's scout will find one. Now he's down to half health. Mezzy and Floppy with 2 headshots, bringing it back. Alu staying focused, though, because this scout could still make a world of difference. He spotted the shoulder, but didn't stick around for it. He wants to fade away instead. Know? If he didn't, he's blind. There is a chance.
That's true.
Sunny, a little bit more deagle damage, but Floppy.
It's a big first hit.
Yeah, he's getting them out. Now we've got Sadix inside of the vent.
Oh
He
my
sees
God.
2 players crossing, but the moment he breaks it, Mezzy was focused on him. Alu, 2 kills on the play. Chance for more. 3rd scout frag. His for the oh my! Alu is on for the 8th. He's going to switch over to the Galil. Mezzy, a 3K on this one if he can shut down the Alu show. And the door is busted open, but Mezzy gets around it.
That's so sick.
And now either Alu tells him by swinging this open, or he just doubles back through Hut. That is still the possibility if he milks the time. But Alu, because this was not a full buy, doesn't have the kit, and he gives himself over to Mezzy. An awesome attempt from Alu.
And a nicely played 1v1 from Mezzy. Always a shame almost when you see the counterplay in the 1v1. That's just as sweet because this 1v3 would have been a supreme highlight. Nice second shot here from Alu.
Whew. Dirt nasty.
He does seem prescient in those 1vx situations. Good at keeping the inventory of the other players and reading into their next moves. Well, there's some preemptive damage here. Sunny's going to have the door blown open in front of him. Damage onto ENCE tag, but the rush is canceled completely. It looked like they were going to commit.
Does it feel to you, Launders, like Cloud9 are going to master Nuke?
I don't know about master. I was thinking when you said that like the problem with Nuke is that it's an elite team map and that the competition skill ceiling gets super high on Nuke for when it comes to the vetoes at tier 1. So for me, I'm not exactly. I want to say like I'm definitely liking what I see with some of the executions and everything, but if I think it'll become a home map for them, I think for sure. But if they can keep up with everybody, I don't know.
Do you think they picked it because ENCE have got new 2 players and this is quite a technical map?
I think that, and I think they just are, like, since it's ENCE, I think they definitely feel like they can beat ENCE as well.
Dodo, lucky to be alive. 2 points of health. Sunny, peeking out from the vents, dies at the hands of Woxic. They are looking at a 9th round on the T side. If they can just convert what has been heavy damage and a lower B control. Take a look at the map real quick. Nobody from ENCE is downstairs yet. They are all on the upper level. And they're being heard by Mezzy as well. So ENCE is going to go ahead and plant and cover. Nobody can stop him. He may be burned out into the open, but Mezzy and Woxic delivering kills. It's Alu and Sadix to answer, but down goes the offer. Everything from Mezzy.
Heads up.
He plays that close proximity.
Go on then.
And just busts him.
Go on then, my
Rule
boy.
Britannia!
What's that?
It's he's British.
Oh,
okay.
But we're not.
Yeah, but he's British.
Is it the dictionary? Someone said, why did I tell them that? The 3 letters. I stopped after 3 letters.
It's the thing. You're part of our Commonwealth. We own you.
Whoa!
Unfortunately,
that is another bad thing I've said about people's countries today.
We didn't
I'm
fight for our freedom. We
sorry.
asked for it.
It's
My
in your
government
blood,
is a
Frankie.
mess.
It's in your blood.
It's
in your
I'm
blood,
just
it's
jealous
in
of
your
all of you,
culture.
okay? I want to be Finnish.
You're too funny, Frankie.
No.
That's what my mother says.
Let's see it. Sad Dix. Can he deliver with the frag grenade? Deagle up, along with Dodo and Sunny, and Alu too. So these hand cannons, this is what I want to see, man. A little life out of ENCE at the end of this half because, I mean, after the comeback on map 1, we have to give them the respect. We got to believe a little. A little. Now they're starting to get outclassed again. Alex walking through secret. Look at the CT starting to shuffle upwards. Flock's just going to pop somebody with a sidearm like it's nobody's business. Flash grenade down into the A site. Another kill for Cloud9. MP9 for Yumpy.
Oh, now they have to go A.
Yeah, and he's down to 11 health. Might as well just chuck it over to... Oh, okay. I thought those CTs
Floppy
came in and killed him.
Thinks he's Batman up there on the roof.
Look at that. He's going to
Oh.
find another. Statics goes down. Floppy ends this one. Cloud9 double digits for the T side of Nuke. There's that $1 million
There he is.
smile.
Jon Snow. He almost got cast in Game of Thrones to be Jon Snow. That would have been him. But he was too good at CS. He was up on the high wall shooting down the White Walkers.
You guys have to stop making
Game of Thrones reference? Did
Yeah,
you watch it?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You don't get it?
I don't know what's going on.
I'm sure you get it. You know who Jon Snow is.
I know John Wick is.
Pervaded popular culture.
You know nothing, Scrawny. That's all I'm saying.
And you probably only know who John Wick is because of Cyberpunk. But anyways, we got a full rifle round coming up. Dodo door swings open. Dodo will punish, which is huge. 5v4 as he retains mini control, and he'll actually come back into the fight. Look at this re-entering. That's so good with the smoke. That's a beautiful play by Dodo. The trades come back. Oh my goodness. Is this actually going to work out? Oh no. The drop comes in. Cloud9, they're in lower. Has anybody made a rotation? Nothing from the CT side just yet.
Smoke grenade out for Estetag. He's trying to get Floppy into the bomb site. Frag grenade almost blows him away. 14 health for Floppy. 48 on Estetag. There's no reason to believe that they should be able to hang on to this post plant. They've got the Molotovs and a flash, in fact. But we've already got this B bomb site enveloped by ENCE. It's a matter of pushing over the final hurdle, and it's from control that Alu does find Estetag. Floppy's position, he is 19-7 here on Nuke.
Oh, what's the play?
The molly, oh, he's going to round it.
Yeah.
He's going to wrap it all the way around. There's no kit on the play launders.
They have to stick from the other side.
Floppy, he's going to find their backs turned, but it's a 10-second defuse. Doors go wide. He gets them up, and a second headshot from Floppy. He started this half with a clutch, and he ends it with 1-2.
Right now, I got this beat in my head. Right now, I want to dive into this world. Let it out for the crowd. Let it out. Yeah, be proud. Right now, this is a real good atmosphere. Right now, superficialities are here. No excuse, no rules, no one to judge. Just give a fuck. The time has come to lose control. Don't be so shy, just let it flow. We are the masters of our own world, of our own world. We pray for fire in the sky. We show that desire is alive. We stick together, together, together. We're alright. The time has come to lose control. Don't be so shy, just let it flow. We are the masters of our own world, of our own world. Well, they drink really expensive champagne on their private jet plane. All we need is a cheap bottle of wine and a cigarette to have a good time. A freedom, conviction, and no restriction. There's no other place to die than here with us tonight. The time has come to lose control. Don't be so shy, just let it flow. We are the masters of our own world.
Well, well, well. What do we have here? 11-4 rears its ugly head again. Last time that this went down on Dust 2, it went all the way to OT. But that was with Cloud9 struggling to find rounds on T side. Now it's going to be about ENCE trying to figure out if they can manufacture an 11-round comeback to the victory. That will be difficult, to say the least.
2 smokes, 2 flashbangs. That's what ENCE have gone for in the pistol. They are both already thrown up the wall. Good thing there's nobody in garage, or else they'd still have the vision. A very passive Cloud9 pistol. Flashbang over top, so now that uncertainty caused in the back of Cloud9's minds. Alex actually does get eyes above it. And Floppy's gonna go ahead and jump downstairs, just in case. He is 21-7. As we saw, ending the half with a clutch, starting the half with a clutch.
1v3 there, 1v4 in the pistol.
Oof. See if maybe he needs to come back into it with another bit of clutch. Alex, he's got a lot of players over here in Decon. Walks it, he's got himself a headshot. 2 T's still up, no bomb thrown into the open. Alu finally gonna fight back, but it is a little too late.
This is just a dog pile of bodies on the stairs. They couldn't even rotate. That wasn't even a sight. They were just trying to get out of there. What is this? Cloud9 said stay in place. 12-4 after this. Disgusting shutdown, the mow down to protect the vents.
I see a P90.
Oof. A viable gun on many maps, Art would say. On Nuke in particular, many more would say.
Bomb is good for 2. Thanks to Estetag, door swings open. Alex with the triple, 50 bullets in the magazine. It's basically a garden hose.
That's the thing, never run out of ammo. And hopefully for ENCE, never run out of hope. Again, just a miraculous comeback in that first game, but still it was to a loss. It would be another heartbreaking loss to tack on to their 8 series loss streak. But this Cloud9 CT side is like the, in general, it seems like the CT sides are where they're really shining. And so much good to say about Nuke when it comes to Estetag and Floppy at ramp. A lot of power here. We're seeing them both already come into play. Almost getting that it's this molly that spreads at the end after the tag to slow him down. They can't run. And now Floppy's up to bat. Bombust in hand. He'll lock down 2 kills. You're kidding. With the last bullet. And force Sunny to flip around only to see a P90 shoved down his neck.
Alex wasting no time with the hut flank. Runs through the Molotov on the ramp room just to make sure he gets that job done. Nicely done here for Ricky.
He had a switch. You see that? He switched right at the end.
Chilling on the box. 14 rounds for Cloud9. ENCE, this is going to be a very difficult T side. And now we're starting to realize the picture that could have been. Cloud9, this could have been done an hour ago. They could have genuinely had their heyday. But ENCE's perseverance on Dust 2 pushed them to the absolute limit. Floppy's going to rotate down into the B site in case there's players here. And sure enough, there is. In fact, there's a bomb. Just defuse it, Floppy. Just defuse it.
He should at least go just tap it, if anything, but he doesn't know if there's a player on the other side. The rest of the T's will die. They're sitting down in the vent. They're coming through the flank. This might be a free kill. We'll see. It ends up costing a teammate a death, and now they're rotating it from up top, but Mezzy, he's so aware.
By the time Sunny can get into position to even try to contest it, it's already gone. Slipping through the fingertips of ENCE, a 15th round from Cloud9. This CT side looking like it's going to be a quick one.
Gentlemen, don't you dare put those jackets on. Because the last time that happened, we had 18 more rounds of Counter-Strike.
I'm putting the jacket on. It's not going to happen. It won't happen. I'm willing to say that after what we just saw.
Sure.
I'm putting my pride on the line. I'm taking a risk. It's not going to happen. It will not happen.
If it does
Don't turn the lights on, production. I'm not that serious.
Far.
Like, come on. Who knows? Might be a few more.
No. We'll see. I mean, I'm all for it. We got an awesome competitive first map. I don't know. Nuke just looks like Cloud9's specialty for the moment. Alex kind of stuck out in the rafters. A site is in question. 3 kills for ENCE across the bomb site.
Taking my jacket off.
But wait, Woxic, little trigger
What is
discipline.
this?
He's going to find one on Tweaky, goes back for Alu, can't quite kill him, and he will get there in the end, but the reload's going to cost him because Yumpy comes through the hut. Here's Floppy for another clutch, but Sunny down beneath his feet skewers shots right through him.
A nice T explode into upper. And again, we restart the story. Will there be enough significant good rounds here for ENCE to stage a comeback? I mean, at least get them to a respectable scoreline. At least maybe we can tell that story, which might be a bit more reasonable. Dignity rounds, if anything, to show us maybe, oh, what if they started on this half? But I think they had choice and wanted to go for CT first. So Floppy has really had a huge makeover in the last couple of maps with Cloud9. Again, his first 4 maps, I think bottom fragged on Cloud9 every single map, looked totally uncomfortable. And since then has had a couple of star player performances.
That he has. He's going to be tested yet again. Finds the quick headshot into Sunny, evacuates ramp, calls Woxic into the equation. He's going to have to dodge that flashbang, which does allow 2 Ts to drop down. And Alu finds him before he decides to go and explore over towards Hell. A new avenue opened.
Do you really want a dual Floppy coming down the ramp? That's the question. And look at this. He's actually... Are they pushing up close? Oh, no, he'll get the kill on Dodo. Even Dodo seemed aware. Floppy was the one who looked like his aim was most displaced.
And A-Site's still fine.
Yeah, and he got info on ramp. He knows they're not committing lower. This might not be a secret.
Mezzi on high alert, does a little bit of damage, but it's Sadix to come in through Mini. Floppy, 2 kills to his name. Wow. Half health on all 3 of the remaining members. You know, I like that you mentioned how Floppy has looked better in recent maps with Cloud9, because I think a lot of Cloud9's critics became more vocal when they saw the flare of the picks kind of come out, right? It fizzled out a little. You know, Mezzi was this unknown entity and kind of felt like maybe a filler. And then when Floppy was just retained on Cloud9, if you weren't a Floppy fan...
If you weren't an NA, like if you just watch NACS basically...
Then you could see, but you know...
Obviously everybody over on our side of the...
has been talking about how Floppy can take over, how Floppy could compete at these levels, how Floppy could have technically been a pickup for some of our top organizations.
It's kind of like how everyone in the UK knew all about Mezzi, and we didn't. And I had to watch demos to see, but there were still only tier 2 games, a huge question mark.
I once produced an event that Mezzi played at.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Insomnia, back in, I think it was 2017.
Do you have a Mezzi story? Anything?
Well, I put him on stage, so I definitely met him. I think he was on Dog Gaming or some kind of mixed team like that.
Great name.
Yeah, they came second, but I definitely would have probably taken his coat or put him on stage.
If you can, you know, describe your team in one word,
did he have the
dog?
Yeah, dog. Did he always have that little, like, Johnny Depp mustache?
I wish I could remember. I feel like all boys of his age as he was back then tried to have the Johnny Depp moustache.
I'm still trying. My other question is, are you sure he's not Maudie?
Yeah, he looks
I have
so
a
much
theory.
like Maudie.
Who's Maudie?
Maudie, the Swedish Counter-Strike player.
Oh.
Just from time ago.
Ooh, all right, ENCE, they're going to get through it. Sunny with the 3K versus the lesser weapons. I mean, it's happening. It's happening.
Are you really saying that? Are you really saying that right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Well, production have lowered the lights, so
They did lower the lights. I got a little nervous when they did that.
You willing to put that jacket on the line, Launders?
I'm going to keep the jacket. I'm going to
If
sweat.
this goes to overtime,
I'm going to sweat.
That's mine.
This was expensive. And it won't fit you.
It's the pride, though. He's going to frame it.
What, are you just going to throw it in the dark? This is
wall.
mine. I'm going to burn it in front of you.
All right, Dotto. Toto's other ace was a sensational M4 hold on the B side of Overpass in the 3v5. It was one of our top 5 plays of the day yesterday.
Well,
if they come back, I'll give you this jacket.
Yeah? Everybody watching, if ENCE get this to overtime, that blue jacket is mine with the pocket square.
The pocket square is really expensive.
Then throw your watch.
Without the pocket square, I'll give you this jacket.
All right, it's on the line. It's on the line.
And I won't be the slightest bit biased. Well,
by that they're going to have to get through, dude.
Yeah. Let's see what they can do. They've had a really, really strong upper explode. And the aim was sharp in that round where they came upstairs. The play they made to kill Mezzi was a standard one, but they were aware of his position underneath the heavens. So that was a really strong move. Esatag will try to deal now with this upper exec. He spins around to try to trade out Jumpy, who knows that there's actually someone on his trail, hot on his trail. And he'll win the duel. What is that? Spray control. First tap into a spray headshot, and Jumpy looks to make another kill happen. Beautifully done.
Floppy's going to have to fall back to spawn. That AUG, all they'll have in the next one. ENCE just kind of smashing into this A site a couple rounds now. Yumpy with the multi-kill. We saw Sunny with the 3K last time. To keep 3 players alive is big. Make sure that if any close rounds happen, we're not going to find some of these weird moments where ENCE just fizzle out.
I do think definitely the game plan should just be like, just don't really mess with Floppy too much. He's such a perfect player for like the small sites for ramp and stuff like that because he's so comfortable in taking that very, very hard first duel. That's the really cool thing about Floppy. Extremely clean aim. I mean, he is well-rounded, so he could probably play a lot of spots, but for those particularly difficult positions to get the 1 kill you need, it feels like he is so reliable. But yeah, so far so good in avoiding him at least. And we see the fire
a little
still
fired
there.
up, man.
That's what we love to see. You know, never ever giving up, because why should you?
You've only truly lost once you stop believing in yourself. Mohan Govindasamy.
That's a ninja quote. Stop it. That's when you've lost twice.
One man left in lobby.
That's what ENCE can't afford to do.
Check out Cloud9 coming to explore and pick up some pieces.
For what it's worth, they know it's not an upper explode now.
Yeah,
which is
but
something
Dodo's
interesting.
back here.
Yeah, Dodo's all. Oh, he's definitely going to shoot him in the side of the head as soon as he gets up on the silo.
Yep, and that saves his teammates. But I thought maybe more of the CTs were going to try and come to get the back
Flash
of ENCE. Not the case. They moved 2 players back down into
They
ramp.
all rotated lower.
Yo, Mezzi.
Oh,
He's going to get
Mezzi.
over to Decon.
This is timing.
They've got Yumpy and Sunny over on the control. Alu just
my
crossed
God.
with the op. 50
one's-
seconds on the clock.
They're not learning anything.
Nope.
But so much is happening. Oh my God, he's already in control.
Yeah. Now Woxic's back down beneath the dark. Mezzi swings the door open, so Decon, they now know is a problem. We've got the bomb moving through vents. Mezzi, he could look to stop it, but Alu, he peeks around the corner. Esatag have already offered the A site, and a good dodge from ENCE to get away from
That
the
was
B.
actually such a nice call. I mean, how do they even know, Woxic is in their double stack? That's actually so beautiful from ENCE. And Alu covering on Mezzi as he spots the cross. Everything worked really well there. So in this next round, look, I mean, that is just the Deagle round, so we'll see what happens into the next round. But I think if I'm Cloud9, my game plan is thinking about probably going aggressive for an opening kill, honestly, because ENCE, when they're wrapping for the upper explodes, it's working out really well. And I feel like they should be comfortable with something like Floppy either leaving his post for a few seconds or pushing up a little bit aggressively, because I feel like if conditioning means anything, they should be really worried about actually focusing around towards him. So trying to get Floppy involved in whatever round is coming, and maybe assuming that Floppy isn't going to have early fights. I feel like those are the things I'd be thinking about if I was Cloud9.
Oh, Cloud9 gonna have to calculate their decisions. Woxic gets the op. And no, it's right back to the AUG. 2 AUGs, AK and an M4. Something quick out of ENCE, perhaps. I see 3 players into lobby. Looking like they want to spread out a little. Sunny taking to the top of silo. Alu anticipating some sort of a walk-up. If you think back just to the eco, Cloud9 found that lobby for free. So I could understand why ENCE would maybe think they'd try the same thing with weapons, in which case they're going to walk right into that scope.
Oh, they're actually leaning towards ramp. He's got the crack spot, so yeah, he'll be able to drop that down. Minute 13, not much has changed. Esatag pulls in here. Doesn't mean that ENCE are going to commit, though. They start to move back towards lobby, making a lot of noise. Whoa, this is interesting. They're actually pulling to outside completely, leaving Dodo inside. And if I'm Cloud9, I'm pretty scared of an upper hit coming, so maybe this could be a smart play. But what comes next is the question. I would be pretty confused at this moment, but look, Floppy, I think he does push up.
Yeah, he's starting to at least piece it together. 3 players stacked on this A site.
Oh no, he's just tucked in the corner, actually.
Smoke's now faded. Alu still trying to give that support. They're going to go for the same boost we just saw. Still unable to find Floppy. He's changed his position slightly. This is going to be him tested. Decides to shoot Yumpy in the side of the head. Or rather, that's Woxic with the op. Floppy T takes down 2. 4 versus 2 for Cloud9. ENCE slips into Hut, and that is a 16th round for Cloud9. They're going to go ahead and finish it off on Nuke. They were getting tested by ENCE, but they get there in the end. And why? Because a guy like Floppy absolutely delivers.
Now give me that jacket.
Nah, that was a one-way bet, yo.
It was a one-way bet, and next time I'm going to have to adjudicate, because that is not bloomin' fair. But what is fair is a win, and we'll be talking about it after this break. Well, despite the best efforts of me analysts and production's efforts to jinx us to another overtime, Cloud9 pulled off the W in a sweet 2-0. It was an effective CT side from Cloud9, but was it special, Londers?
I don't know, special. It didn't live long enough for us to see whether or not, you know, it could be called special. It was mostly a few good rounds won by ENCE to make it somewhat competitive. But again, Cloud9, they just needed, after winning the pistol, 1 single round to do it.
Were you satisfied?
I was satisfied with the series overall. I think this could have really been something special had they just dismantled ENCE on Dust 2. Had they closed that game quick, then we'd be talking about how Cloud9 can hit a different level. What we know from this one is that obviously they're comfortable on Nuke, their individuals can still shine, but that they have some issues to iron out.
What issues? T-sides.
T-sides, yeah, Dust 2 needs to be fixed.
Well, should we talk to Alex and tell him that?
Let's
to
go,
his face?
Yeah, let's go right to the root.
Okay.
You can do it.
Alex?
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you, unfortunately.
Oh.
There were some teething issues in terms of closing out both maps, Dust 2 in particular, because, yeah, it took you 18 rounds to do it. What was going on? Was it something to do with you guys and your mentality, or was it ENCE?
It's me. I'm actually feeling quite sick today, and like I just had brain freeze on T side, and like nothing was happening like on our T sides. We were fighting along, and then we just stood there for 40 seconds not doing anything, and like I just couldn't think at all. So yeah, as much as I was fragging, my calls were shit. So there you go.
As the T side developed, just to follow up with that, into overtimes, you started to do more lurk plays involving on your T side. Was that something that you just wanted to do to try to change something up to complement the initial long takes in regulation?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it took me a while to actually start thinking, and Patrick came up with the read in a way that they were just like fighting heavy mid, and they were just like leaving us long. They were getting like 1 kill through a smoke, but just leaving it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the idea was for anyone. It turned out I had to spawn more often than not to lurk mid and or lurk anywhere, and just kill them when they turn around. Kind of, that was the idea.
You say that Patrick ENCE kind of chimed in today when you maybe needed a little help, some fresh ideas, and maybe that's because you're feeling a bit under the weather. Who do you on Cloud9 look to in moments like that? Who's the most vocal player alongside you?
Kassad and Patrick, the two of them. We just need to, like, with more time, they'll like learn to balance their involvement out, because if Kassad's talking a lot, then Patrick doesn't talk as much. But if Patrick's talking a lot, then maybe Kassad doesn't speak as much. So I think they can just both give their ideas, but it's both of them, yeah.
Sorry to bring it back a little bit, but to just talk about the T side again. You mentioned you're sick, and I'm sorry about that. I hope you feel better soon. But I was just wondering, out of spawn with the long takes, what was the initial plan? What was like the ideal situation? with the long takes, with 5 long?
To win the long fight, and then ideally in our playbook we have multiple things we can do. Like any team, really, we could just like we did a bit later in the overtime, we could just walk up long and fight them, or do an exec or fake things. But I just didn't call anything for some reason. But yeah, we had multiple things we could do, multiple endings to a round, but I didn't call any.
Well, listen, Alex, I want you to get to bed, mate, because you're still in the running for winning DreamHack Masters Winter, and I want you to be fighting fit with a fighting chance of taking the trophy. But if you do win, will you put the Santa hat on for us?
Yeah, it's actually there for content, but I'll put it on for you, Franks, no problem.
Amazing.
Only if you tweet that I'm your favorite C9 player, because you're still saying it's floppy. So.
I am going to tell you right now that, Alex, given that you dropped over 50 bombs on Dust
Just remember, you can't go back on this because it's like on stream and stuff, right?
You are my favorite player of Cloud9, and the reason I predicted against you in this series, I'm so sorry to break this to you, mate, is...
You what?
Yeah, right?
It was... Okay,
yeah, it wouldn't come up. You didn't have to say anything.
It was for the content. I learned from Henry G.
I'm sure it was, Frankie. Yeah, I'm sure it was.
You're my favorite, and I hope you win. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now get to bed.
Yeah, love you, Londers and Squally. See ya, Frankie.
Feel better, bro.
I'll be back. Frankie, you've not won any fans. You've lost Floppy as a fan. Alex doesn't trust you. No one believes you.
I did say that I wanted to change my prediction, so technically I changed my prediction, and I did say also before when I made that prediction that Alex and Henry are going to hate me.
Time and we win? I guess that sounds good.
Oh God, maybe that's what it is. They need me to predict against them. I'm that person on the desk who don't want to go your way.
God, you are such a martyr.
We are going to get Doto on the line now.
Yep.
Here we go. Doto, thank you ever so much for talking to us. I know it was a disappointing result for you, but for me, it was a fantastic start for your tenure and Sadix's tenure with ENCE. What's the mood like in the camp right now?
Oh, obviously we're feeling a bit disappointed, but we know that we did things like the comebacks and everything, so we feel a bit bitter because of that. Of course, it's unfortunate we couldn't close Dust 2, but it is what it is.
You both struggled on the T side, so that's no secret, and you both had really good CD sides for different reasons. Did you feel like your T side was getting better as the OT was rolling on, or did you just feel like you got unlucky, or how do you chalk it up?
I don't really know. Like, I think we were feeling not the pressure, but a bit more uncomfortable when the Dust 2 started on the T side, and when we got the comeback on 15-15, we knew that we could win it, so we played the T rounds with more confidence.
Anything from you, Scorny?
No, I don't think so.
Well, Doto, I want to say thank you for joining us. And genuinely, I predicted you guys to win because I saw the end of your match against Complexity yesterday. And I was so excited to see how well you and Sadix are fitting in. And I can't wait to see you at your next event because I have a feeling that ENCE are coming back. And it's partly thanks to you.
A nice job with the AUG.
Yeah, thank you so much. I want to say Turili, but I know I'll say it wrong, so I did it anyway. Thank you so much. We will hopefully see you again very soon, Doto.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at the bracket then after that, because we have said goodbye to one team, and they are ENCE, sadly. I like Doto. I think he's got a big future. Whether it's with ENCE, I don't know, but I hope to see more from them. But as you can see, Cloud9 are through to the lower bracket. So I believe it is Complexity or Gambit, the loser from that they'll go up against. Is that right?
Yeah, from round 2, lower bracket or upper bracket round 2. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, so it of course continues to be interesting. And at this point, you know, depending on what happens here, did Contact Phase end up?
It's 1-1 still.
Oh, Contact won a map,
bro.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
and they did it without Emmy.
Yeah,
and they did post enemy too. Wow, Emmy was the problem and the solution for two different teams.
So I think that no matter how upper bracket round 2 unfolds, it's going to be interesting because either we get the Cloud9 Gambit rematch, where Cloud9 are maybe feeling a bit more comfortable, or we get the Juggernaut versus Colossus round 2. But I don't think that that game should be going down in the lower bracket. I think Complexity are riding a high horse. So I'm thinking maybe we get a little rematch down in the lower bracket with elimination on the line this time, and Cloud9 maybe feeling a bit more confident after having another BO3 win here on European soil.
Well, our next match does feature Complexity. They are going to be going up against Gambit, and it's going to be with the Pimp Crew, so stick around for them.